until, well, that's further down the road. Well, by the time I'm 65, who knows what? Yeah, we'll all be disembodied heads living on robot bodies, and who will need Social Security then? Or whatever that case may be. We're such an instant gratification society now that we don't think beyond the next 5 minutes, let alone the next 5 days, let alone the next 5 years, let alone when we're 65. We don't care. We're paying out to this thing that's never going to pay us back. And it's well established that it's never going to pay us back. We see it on the news all the time. Generation X and Y are facing never getting pensions because Social Security is bankrupt, yet we keep dumping our money into it and not complaining about it because we're idiots. There is one set of people, however, for whom Social Security is going to work out just fine. As it turns out, ex-presidents, they don't have to write a best-selling memoir to earn a living. All 4 living former presidents received a pension of $201,700 in fiscal year 2014, according to a 2014 report from the Congressional Research Service. Over $200,000 pension. That's some living. But that's just the beginning of the benefits the ex-presidents have. By the way, I don't think there's a single one of them that needs that $200,000 a year. But I digress. That is just the tip of the freaking iceberg. Altogether, the General Services Administration, a government management agency, has allotted George W. Bush nearly $1.3 million in pension and allowances for the fiscal year 2014. 1.3 million, that's when you add it all up. That's the largest amount of the 4 ex-presidents. Bill Clinton's next at $950,000. Presidents receive pensions and additional benefits thanks to the Former Presidents Act, which was passed in 1958. And the whole thing was basically set up to look after Harry Truman. He sucked with money. He was bad with it. And, it's hard after being president to go back into the private sector. So to look after President Harry Truman when he had financial difficulties after leaving office, this Former Presidents Act was passed in 1958 to basically look after him. By law, former presidents today receive a pension at the pay level that current cabinet secretaries earn, which is $201,700 in 2014. The rest of the money comes from other expenses the law says the government should provide for presidents. Yeah. I mean, who's going to pick up the check? Oh, that would be us. I know we're not going to get Social Security. I know we're not going to get a pension when we get to be 65, but let's, look after the presidents to the tune of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not just their pensions, but, all these expenses. And these expenses, there's a very broad range of them. Personnel, office supplies, $200 rolls of toilet paper. You know how the government loves to spend on that sort of thing. Phone services and, this is my favorite, quote, other miscellaneous services. Yeah. Miscellaneous. A category that includes cable TV, air conditioning services. Altogether, nearly $3.6 million allotted for former presidents in fiscal year 2014. By the way, this does not include Secret Service protection, amounts for which are not disclosed. Secret Service, people are always going to want to take a pop at a former president. So, that's one part of this equation that I don't have a problem with. You want to know what makes up the largest share of what ex-presidents get from the government? And this is the area that most distances Clinton and George W. Bush from the 2 other presidents. Clinton's office space. Clinton's office space cost just over $414,000. This is what the largest amount of our tax dollars are going to pay for, to look after our former presidents. Office space. They're private ventures. Clinton's office space in 2014, $414,000. George Bush, the hell is he even doing now? Writing a book? Painting? He likes to do watercolors, paint by number, things of that nature. Well, apparently, to indulge in his habit of painting, George Bush needs offices that run to the tune of $420,500. Yeah. Hear that, America? Slick Willie's taxpayer-funded office for post-presidential affairs costs America $414,000 a year. Meanwhile, patients at the VA hospital are on 14-month waiting lists to be treated for heart attacks. Have a good one.